D, wait for it, delightful.
I got the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I just finished the latest episode of Andor. And I'm telling you guys right now, I went into this episode, I was like, you know what? I have been, well, first off, I love Star Wars. Okay. I love this universe. I've said this before, but I love this universe. I love this world. I love the aliens and the ships and the different stuff going on and everything. The Empire, the Rebellion, all that fun stuff, the and everything, the shootouts and stuff. And I understood that this would be a little bit different, like a political thriller and everything. But and I, like I said before, I went into, and the show so far, I've been like, it's very boring, and I told myself going into this episode, because the last episode, was okay. I mean, it was a little thrilling, with that heist and everything, but I was like, okay. And, a lot of people have said that they're doing it in chunks of each three episodes. You got the first two, and then that third one leads into something big. And so this is the first one, and then we're going to get into it. But so I went into this episode and I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop trying to, because I was like, I think I like it. I just have a problem with the pacing. So that's my only real problem. I need to get over it. So I was like, I'm going to go into this episode. I'm going to be positive, And so I started watching it and it ended and I failed because, oh my gosh, what a bore fest, you guys. This is a slog to get through. I'm telling you right now. It's like, you ever been like in one of those things where it's like an obstacle course, but like most of it's just mud, and you get into the big puddle of mud and you're trying to get through, but it takes you forever because it's like water and mud, and it's like it's like that. That's what the show is. It's mud, and you're just trying to get through it as fast as possible, but you can't because it's weighing you down. Yeah, it's like they're edging us, right? They're just edging us and everything, and you're just like, I'm ready to climax. I'm ready for the climax. And I have a feeling, and don't get me wrong, I like being edged every now and then, but at the end of that, there's a satisfaction after, usually. I have a feeling that the money shot on this one is not going to be as satisfying as everybody wants it to be. I have a feeling. And because, and I don't know what's going on in this show. Everybody's all like, oh, I have a friend that I argue with because she loves this show, but I'm all like, I don't see how you can love this show. She talks about this show like she talks about you would your newborn child. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't understand. I really don't. I know I'm being like crazy right now, but I don't understand how anybody can love this show. It's so boring. It's so boring. Like, I'm all like, what's happening here? Like, because like I said before, everybody's all like, oh, the world building. What world? They've been to like 4 different planets for like 2 seconds. I mean, and they're like, I'm like, the world building. Oh, you just got a bunch of humans running around in fur coats and shit. I'm all like, what world building are you talking about? Explain, please. And then they're all like, the character development. I'm like, what character development? We got like a little bit of Cassian Andor about what's going on, but like we got a little bit more this episode, but it was crap we already knew. We just got to see it in real time, kind of, not really, in a flashback. And I'm all like, what's going on here? There's no character development. I'm telling you right now. And there's no world building. I'm like, we've seen Coruscant a couple of times now. Okay, the world looks great. We've seen Fritz, or whatever, the planet that his mom lives on. We've seen that. Okay, great. He goes to a resort town in this one. I'm all like, what is happening? So, yeah, I'm just like, this is the thing. It's not that I'm not gonna try to like the show. I'm going to go into it with, it is what it is, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I love it, because I don't love it. It's fine, But and other and people are like, but Tony Gilroy, he's such a good writer. I was I don't know. Those Bourne movies are not that great. I know everybody wants to be like they're so good, but I'm like, not really. They're not really that good. I mean, you know, I just can't. I don't know. I don't know. This is the thing. And all, but if you like it, by all means, have at it. I'm not judging you for liking it. We all have our thing, you know. I mean, I get crap from people for liking the show Stargirl, but I do. I like that show. But this show, I just can't. I don't know. I don't know. It can't be me. There's no way it can be me. There's no way. There's no way. It's the show. It's the show. Okay. I've done enough of that nonsense. I'm going to do things a little bit differently this episode, just because I'm trying some stuff out, you guys, with my whole thing. And you can tell me if it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. Great. Okay. All right, now that I got all my nonsense, my gabba wee out of the way, why don't we get started on this breakdown? But before I do, you little hookers, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we are getting shoved to the back of the line. I'm not even joking. We are getting shoved to the back of the line. My analytics are all out of whack. I'm telling you what. Anyways, so I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Please do this with any small YouTuber too. Also, they will love it, and they will appreciate it so much, you guys. Just, you know, and plus I love watching other people's videos, especially people that love this show. I love hearing different you know, aspects of that's not the right word, different you know, opinions about this show, especially people that like it, because I'm all like, that's interesting. But yeah, but I don't like it. I mean, well, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm done with trying to love it. I'm just gonna appreciate it for what it is. All right, so let's start out. So we start out with Serial here. And I'm going to call him Serial because every time they say his name, I just think, I want Golden Grams. So he's staring at his window again because I don't know. This kid's weird, man. I mean, he's good looking, and but other than that, I mean, what's he got going for him? You know, and we find out later he's just, I don't know. This guy is weird. It's cool though. It's like whatever. But he's just staring out his window and everything, just, you know, waiting for his first day of work and everything. Oh, and I do like that he's got these little sorry, my arrow went all big there. These little stormtrooper action figures. That's cool. You know, I mean, the rest of his room, it's kind of like my room. Not this one, but when I was a kid, except he doesn't have any posters up on his wall. I had posters and stuff, and I had some Star Wars posters. They were pretty cool. Anyways, but besides those action figures, his room is pretty boring. He's a boring dude. Anyways, so he's, you know, getting ready for breakfast, and of course there he is eating his cereal with his blue milk and his Yenta mother. And a part of me wonders, is this just Tony Gilroy and his brother like inserting their mother, just like maybe they had mommy issues? Don't we all? Although I love my mother, she's a big Yensa. I love her though, she's so great. She's not like this woman. This woman drives me mental. So she's sitting here, your first day of work, sweetie. She's talking about, did you change your suit? And he's like, it's just a suit. She's all like, you changed the collar. And he's like, yeah, I had the collar raised. And he's all like, she's like, but your suit says something. He's like, what's my suit saying, Mom? And she says, I'm not important, or I need to be seen, or some crap like that. And I'm all like, this is such great character development. We already know they have a crazy relationship. She wants one thing, he wants another. We already knew this. This is just beating us over the head with it now. Sorry, I just need some more coffee. I do love both these. This guy, I mean, he's doing his thing. He's kind of getting a little monotonous, in my opinion, acting wise. But the woman, love her. Can't get enough of her. She's great. I hope I see her in some more stuff. If she's in more stuff, point it out. I'll go watch it. So he's starting his new day, his job, and he sees on the news about the heist, and he's all like, "What happened here?" And they're like, "Oh, they stole the money, but they'll get them. You don't mess with the empire or the emperor." Yeah. So then we get, you know, Commander Bitchface. She goes into this meeting, and this guy's giving his little speech about, you know, about how we need to buckle down and bury down the hatch and everything, and we're going to make these suckers pay. You don't steal from the emperor. I had a conversation with the emperor this morning. He is royally pissed. So I do like how clean everything is. I mean, everything in my office isn't clean right now, but I don't know. I like cleanliness. I just do. I know you're like weirdo. Yeah, so he's like, we need to then yeah, she look at her. Yeah. Sergeant bitch face. Yeah. I mean, I have resting bitch face too. The people are like, why are you mad? I'm all like, I'm not mad. That's just my face. But yeah, look at her. She's looks like she's like, I'm not gonna say anything because you know the rules. Whoever smelt it dealt it. But it's so bad. Anyways, okay. So she's all like, and you know what? She's doing the drugs. You know, remember she's got those pills, which I'm like, shares these, but she's got those pills, right? And she's all like, I feel like she should just be like, she'd be like, yeah, you guys, they're out there. They're out there. Those rebels. Those rebels. They're good. They're out there. They're getting the stuff. And then we need to find them. We need to find them, you guys. We need to find them. And it's like, are you partying right now? I don't remember what this dude asks her, but he asks her something. I can't remember. But anyways. So then Stalin Skarsgård, he's listening to, look at all that jewelry. I don't like gold. It's like you know, I mean, whatever. It's a lot. Anyways, so he's all trying to get some communique with everybody. Sorry, it's early for me, so I need the caffeine. Half my body is made of caffeine anyways these days. So and then Mon Mothma shows up at his little thing. And like all this is nice. I like, you know, I like Coruscant personally. I'm a city girl myself. I just like it. I like, you know, and I like the set design and everything, but it's just like, so. So anyways, so his assistant's like, Mon Mothma's here, which I want to talk about the assistant, but later. I have a theory that I want to throw out there and everything, but we'll get to it when we get to it. She's like, Mon Mothma's here. And he's like, she didn't call ahead first. He's like, how great. So Mon Mothma comes in and she's all like, I have to return this, but he liked it, but he didn't love it. So I have to return it. I might want the other one. And he's like, oh, come in, and everything. She's like, did you do it? And he's all like, do what? And everything. And they're watching the driver kind of thing. And she's like, you did do it. And he's like, yeah, you were taking too long with the money. And rebellions take money, honey. Get your shit together. She's like, I told you I was going to move it. But she's like, these things take time. And look at her face. She's all like worried and stuff. But it's like, yo, sometimes you can't move at a snail's pace like this show. And he's all like, you know, parts are moving. There's no change. There's no going back. We've already done it. We've got, you know, we got the money. The stuff has started. We're doing this. And I can't remember what else is said, but she's like, I'm being watched all the time. She says this to a dude later on. We'll get to it. Coffee is delicious. I love coffee. Anyways, okay. So she's all like, toodaloo. So she leaves. And then we go back to Serial. And he's talking to his new supervisor. And he's all like, you know, we're your uncle, something or other. He's like, you know, we got some stuff. And then he's like, you were on whatever that one place was. And he's like, yeah, 2 of my coworkers were murdered. I was trying to get them, but, you know, I failed and I'm trying to get my record expunged so I don't look like a total idiot. And he's like, well, why don't we, he's like, this guy like agrees with him. He's like, yeah, we want to get you like all good to go, dude, new beginnings and stuff. And he's all like, how would you like to like, I don't know, move around oil or some crap like that. I don't remember what his job was. And it really doesn't matter. Look at that cubicle. These are crazy cubicles. So then we go over here to the assistant and she is walking through the mall or some kind of skyscraper. Okay, now hold on, let me get it. There we go. Before we get into anything else with her or anything else, I want to throw out a theory with you guys, okay? And I'm going to just send this over to you and you can either take it or you can just send it right back. Okay. Here's my theory. This is Cassian Andor's sister because I don't know. that's my whole thought. I'm just like, I think this is his sister. Like, she's all like, she told Stalin Skarsgård about him. And she's like, hey, go get my brother. You know, he's on, Pharynx or whatever it was called. I don't know. But I think that's just my theory. I'm just throwing that out there. Why not? Right? Why not? It makes things kind of exciting. I don't know. So she's walking through and she's, stops here and she comes across this little symbol and she's like, ooh, rebellion symbol. And she goes there and she walkie. Oh man. Oh, I thought it went right to it, but okay. Yay. So then we go here and she comes in. This dude's sleeping and he's all like, does the little trope of, yes, sir. I mean, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But she wants files for all the sectors for the past 2 years of something or other. Does it matter? No, she's just inserting her dominance, which is fine. I get it. With this character, I know that the actress said some stuff about the men around her and they're all stupid and she's just so great and brilliant that she's going to figure it all out. I know people didn't like her for that. Me, I don't care. I do not care. I think that this character, though, is not necessarily, I don't know if she's trying to move up in the ranks or not. I honestly don't care. I just don't care. Character development, my ass. So she's like, I'm wondering if you can keep this discreet. In other words, like hushy. You think you can do that for me? He's like, yeah, I can do. I can do that for you. And she's like, you will do that for me. And he's like, I will do it for you. And she is not a pleasant person to be around. So then I don't remember her name, but she gets out her handmade speeder. It's ugly as shit. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And then this Star Destroyer comes overhead. And this is from Aldania or Aldovia, whatever we went to. The planet last episode that they stole the money from. And the Star Destroyer comes overhead. Beautiful. I love it. I want more crap like this. Is it so much to ask? I just want more Star Wars in my Star Wars. The stuff with Mon Mothma is really interesting, but it's like so far and few between, and then it's just like so slow. So then she's walking. I'm just gonna call her Cassian's sister. And she's meeting up with this chick from the heist, the blonde from the heist. And I was like, look at you. You clean up nicely. I like your little outfit you got going on. You got some curl in your hair. Look at you. Some little makeup on. I don't know what all the makeup is. Some blush and some eyeliner and some of the gloss. Look at you. Somebody went to MAC. But anyway, so she's like, I don't even know why you're here. Like, why did you do this meeting? This is like a bad idea because you're putting us at risk. And she's like, did you hear about my girlfriend? And she's like, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. You do what you're doing. And she's like, I delivered the money. She's like, yes. And it's been dispersed. Everything is going according to plan, honey. Well, I don't know why you're worried about this. She's like, you need to find Cassian. And she's like, what? And kill him? And she's like, I think they mean kill him. And I'm all like, why are you like, that's the thing about this show. Hold on, I just want to get one of them. Okay, so they're talking about killing Cassian Andor. But we know they're not going to. So either she's going to die trying or she's going to be all like, I'm not going to kill him. And then they're just going to move forward. Because Cassian doesn't die in this show. He is not going to die in this show. There is no high stakes for Cassian Andor. That's the problem with doing a prequel. There's no thrills and everything. There's no like, when it comes to Cassian Andor, I am not worried whatsoever. I'm not on the edge of my seat of, oh my God, is Cassian going to die? No, Cassian's going to live. He's dangling from a cliff right now. He will be okay. This girl, not so much. She might get killed by Cassian. So then this girl is on her little makeshift speeder and she's just plugging along. And that's the end of that. I don't know what she's supposed to be doing. So then Cassian goes back to his house to Aunt Petunia, and she's like, Cassian, why did you come back here? And she talks about how they took over the hotel and that they're, you know, I don't know, that him coming back here was a bad idea. Sorry, I needed a double shot there. Okay, and then she talks about, is it here? Yeah, it's here. Okay. So she talks about how she can't I don't remember what she talks about here. Later on, she talks about his dad and stuff. I don't know if I missed it. Anyways, so then back on Coruscant, she's throwing a little shindig. You know, it would have been nice if they threw in some characters here in the background of characters that we've seen before in the past, you know, in the prequels or in Rogue One, anybody, if they would have thrown some people in here that we had seen before. It would have just been nice, but they didn't. So this guy who is an old schoolmate of hers, I bet they fit. Anyways, they're just in here talking. He's some kind of banker. And that's another thing. They should have added one of those aliens from the banking clan in here in place of this character. It's just a bunch of humans. That's another thing. There's not enough aliens. And the aliens that are in here, they're in the background. I'm all like, can we get some kind of alien in here, you know, like a Psy Snoodles or a Twi'lek every now and then with the bust up and everything, because those Twi'leks are so hot. I know, right? Weirdo. So he's all like talking to her, and she's all like, I'm wondering if you can help me. And she's all like, and the daughter goes up to the dad, and she's all like, I want to leave. And he's all like, go ask your mother. We've all been there, right? So she's all like, he's like, listen, she's like, this is so-and-so from my old school days. And she's like, you've met him before. And she's like, can I go? And she's like, sure. Her daughter is straight up annoying. I do not like her. Yeah, she's just a cunt, just straight up. Like, children are annoying. I know I have children. Listen, the only children I like are my own. Well, I love them. Those are the only children that I really like. All my nieces and nephews. I mean, I love them, but I like them under protest. Anyways, so and I can say that because none of them are gonna watch this. They don't care. Plus they're all like younger, and I don't think they're into Star Wars, but whatever. Anyway, so she's like, I wonder if you can help me. And he's talking about how his political leanings have changed, and they're probably not to her liking. And then she basically like, I need your help with something. And the husband's like watching her because he's like a little freaking weirdo. He's good looking though. They're all good looking. I love good looking people, but I hate them at the same time. So anyways, she's basically like, listen, she's like, I'm starting up a charity. And I need help moving the money. And he's going to help her move the money. And she's like, it's better if you don't know the details. And don't trust my husband because he's a little rat. I wonder what happens to him in the end. He'll probably die. He'll probably get blamed for the whole thing. Anyways. And he's like, I'll keep in touch. Okay. So Cassian, he goes over to Brix's house, or Brex, or whatever her name is. She tells him that Tim turned him in. What kind of a Star Wars name is Tim? Anyways, Cassian's way better. And Brex, that's a cool name. Tim, whatever. White bread. She's like, he thought we were back together again, you know, from our hooking up days, and he turned you in, and I ran into a wall, and I don't remember what she says, but he gives her the money that he owes her, and then he heads off, and we're done there. I don't know why, but whatever. So then he sees some stormtroopers, and he has a flashback of when he was a kid, and his dad was all like, don't worry, it's okay, it's no big deal. And then he stops some people from he gets out here and he stops these dudes from throwing rocks at the stormtroopers, right? Bad idea, because then they turn around and he gets blamed for it. And they end up hanging him. Which I know this is like an allegory and stuff, but I'm all like, you guys are just like, it's a little too like on the nose, guys. Like, I get what you're trying to say. So then he goes back, and his mother's all like, he's all like, we're gonna get out of here. She's like, I'm not going. She's like, every day I take the long way around the square, because if I take the square, I'll just see your father hanging from the rafters or whatever. And then he has a flashback of him. That's his dad, and he's walking towards some stormtroopers with a wrench, and he's going to fight him or whatnot. And she's like, people are talking, things are stirring, the rebellion has begun. And I'm all like, okay, listen, Aunt Petunia, expecto patronum shit. So moving on. She's like, get the hell out of here, kid. I'm not coming with you. Miss you. So then this guy is all like, I can't remember what he's talking to these people about, but like, hey, get your files in order. But then he's all like, there is an accusation that's going to be thrown out. And then this guy, of course, he's all like, Colonel Bitchface is getting into my files again, and she's trying to do it secretly like I wouldn't find out, but daddy knows everything, so I caught you, bitch. And she's all like, and he's all like, are you okay with your record and your standing being put out on the floor in front of everybody? And she's like, let's do it, I'm ready to party. She's like, hey, she's basically like, let's throw down, sister, because this is Thunderdome and you're not leaving. So he's all like, he pleads his case or whatever, same thing from like last 4 episodes ago. And she's basically like, listen, they're taking all this stuff, the rebellion wants our stuff. I'm trying to connect the dots, and this guy is cock blocking me. And she's got a big one too. I bet you it's huge. And he's all like, Blondie wins. So she gets his Ferrex sector or whatever, which he is not happy about. And then he's like, hey, can I talk to you in the hallway? And he's like, good work today. He's like, watch your back. And then he leaves her. And then we go over to here till we come to this Neamos. Neamos is like an old people's resort, because it looks like all the aliens are old. And we get this, I'm assuming a hooker. And she wakes up and she's talking, but I mean, she's talking. She's like, where are you? And he's like, I'm washing up. And she's all like, I want coffee and stuff. But she's like, but don't get the blue or whatever she says. I don't know. It doesn't even matter. But then, he's looking at all his money, and I don't even know who this is. That's not Brex. But anyway, so he hides his money, but he's all like, all right, I'm going to go to the market and stuff. And you get all these old people, these old aliens, and somebody has stolen something because the stormtroopers are chasing these guys. And he's trying not to be noticed. But then he walks past a stormtrooper and he's like, hey, what are you doing? He's all like, I'm just walking. I'm going through the market. And he's like, stop. And he's like, why are you sweating? He's like, because it is hot. And he's like, or maybe it's because you were running. He's like, no. And he's like, I'm just a tourist. He's like, did you help with it? And he's like, help with what? And then in comes this droid. I can't remember what these are called, but I mean, it won't be the one from Rogue One. And he's all like, so they're tackling these dudes down like that. Like, oh, hold on, I just missed it. Crap, like that dude. And he's all like, hang on to this guy while I go check stuff out. And he's like, hang on. And he's like, well, he meant watch. But then when he grabs him, he's like, hang on. He's like, tell him to stop. And okay. And it's just like his dad. It's like oh, it happened to his dad. Now it's happening to him. Wrong place, wrong time. False accusation. Whatever that's called. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm all like, okay, wonder what they're trying to say with this allegory and shit. And you're like, oh, who fucking cares? And then this little woman, she's eating her pistachios. Delicious. You can't just have one pistachio. Am I right, guys? Anyways, they're so annoying to break open, though. It's like, but you don't want to buy the ones that don't have the shell because they cost like $40 extra. And you're all like, what? And you're like, fine, I'll de-shell them myself. Ugh, anything else? So then so he's waiting for trial, and they come in, they bring him forward. They read out as he's like, no, there's some misunderstanding. I'm just a tourist. And she's like, this used to get 6 months, but because of the robbery, it's 6 years. So he gets sentenced to 6 years. And I was like, 6 years? What? And I'm like, oh, this is so like they're trying to say something without saying something, you guys. It's just whatever. And then this cereal over here, I think we have Golden Grams. I'm gonna have a bowl after this. It's gonna be so good. He's in his cubicle doing his stuff, but really he's probably checking for Cassian because that's how it has to work out these days. We're sticking with this dude, even though he's boring as shit. Anyways. Oh, and that's the end of the episode. You see him in his cubicle. And I mean, what is this saying? I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't care either. This looks very interesting in terms of, design, but whatever. I don't even care. And then that's the end of the episode, you guys. And I have to just say, like I said before, it's just boring. It's boring. I mean, I don't want to be like that too harsh on it, but we have to be, right? Because if we don't, then everybody just acts like you get a free pass because it's Star Wars and it's Tony Gilroy. Oh, fuck me, it's Tony Gilroy. I didn't know it was Tony Gilroy. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like this was a 2 to 3 hour movie, and or a 2 hour movie. I bet you, I feel like this was a 2 hour movie. Well, a 4 hour movie because it's getting 2 seasons, but this was a 2 hour movie, the season 1. And they were like, hey, Tony, we want to make a TV show? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, oh, great. Cause then you can add in some more stuff, like, people walking. Don't you want to do that, Tony? You want to have some chick walking through a mall for 20 minutes, Tony? And he's like, yeah, think of the cinema. And you're all like, oh, get out of here with that nonsense. Anyways, I've had fun talking to you guys about this, even though you're not here. You're not here. I'm just imagining you like a crazy person. But yeah, this show, I mean, I don't know what to say besides what I've said. Like I'm not going to go out of my way I'm not trying to hate this show, but I'm not going to try to love it anymore. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going to go in, I'm going to watch it. If it's good, I will tell you all day, every day that it's good. But if it's bad, I'm going to point it out. And this show is not above criticism. Nothing is above criticism or critique. Or isn't that the same thing? Yeah. Anyways, but I'm just saying, like, it's not very good. It's not very good. It's very boring, and it's not in the spirit of Star Wars. I'll tell you right now, because there's nothing fun in here at all. All right, I've ranted for too long already. You've probably bailed. Totally cool. Whatever. All right, listen, guys, tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? If you like this episode, please tell me why. Because I really am interested in your thoughts. I really am. Yeah, that's my thoughts. All right, you guys, tell me what you guys thought. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next Andor breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. May the force be with you. Bye.